Yes, yes, people. Big up to everyone locked in. A lot for the love. Liverpool lost yesterday, but today we're gonna sit, chill, relax, and have a discussion. I'll try and get as many of your guys' questions in as you possibly can. So throw your thoughts in the comment section, and then maybe a couple of the guys might join us. Not too sure. I think they've got a few bits that they need to do. So it might be a solo mission. It might be a few guys on here. Big up to Sing as well for becoming a member of the channel. Appreciate the support. So if anyone wants to become a member, obviously it is pinned to the top of the chat. Big up to Scraps, big up to Ace, and big up to Christian as well in the building, man. I hope you guys are all well, man. Hope you guys are all blessed. Big up Dr. Blick, man. What are you saying, my guy? Big up McGregor as well. Evelyn to everyone. Big up to everyone. Where do we start, people, man? Where do we start? Let's start with this one. Liverpool Football Club. Liverpool Football Club. Liverpool, what should I say? Chelsea 2, Liverpool 1 yesterday, man. And we come off the back now of 3 defeats in a row, 2 goals scored, and have quite a few conceded. I did see someone post Liverpool's form since, I think, March, or maybe since January. It was like 10 wins or 12 wins, 10 losses, and like 2 draws or something silly. Yeah, we haven't been good, man. We haven't been good. We haven't been playing good football. But that's just a state of where we are at the moment. The good thing is we started off the season really well in terms of the wins. Just the performances didn't stick. The way that we're playing didn't stick. But at the moment, we just look void, look lack of ideas. And now we're sitting a point off of top when we was 5 points clear. At one point, we were 5 points clear, people, and now we are a point behind. It's just one of those ones. Big up to Ravi, man. Too much results based around analysis in this fan base. I agree, mate. I agree. We analyze the game, to be fair, in terms of what we see, and we kind of bring it to the people. But yeah, I think you're saying in terms of when we saw those 5 wins, and we were pointing out the little I don't know, discrepancies in terms of us scoring late goals, and the performances weren't good in terms of we were probably playing good football for like one half, and then the other half we weren't good at all. And then many people was like, no, listen, it's a sign of champions. You guys need to relax. You're being too negative. You need to, just let it go. It's early in the season. Obviously, you're going to have teething issues. Still need time for the players to gel. And we were like, yeah, we get that. We understand that. I get it and I understand it. But you can see that something wasn't right with this squad. We could see it from pre-season. We was mentioning it from there as well. But for some reason, everyone said, no, get over it. Let's move on. And now there's too many people crashing out, where I feel like for those that didn't see the issues should just kind of stick to that side and go, do you know what? It's still only 3 losses out of 10 games, which isn't bad, to be fair. There's 7 wins out of 10. If you look at it, if you logically look at it, that's still very good. 7 wins out of 10, and Liverpool are still second in the table early doors, and there's still a long way to go. Still, what, 31 games left to play in the Premier League. So you still got that. So listen, let's see if the gaffer can change what's going on at the moment. But just speaking in terms of the game, some poor performances yesterday. I think Cody was not too bad, especially in the first half. He was good. I definitely think he was kind of our best attacker as well. Isak again, not really many chances for him to or sight a goal, which it's just one of those things. We're not creating for our forwards. Salah on the other side, I don't know, man, what's going on with him. It's just mad. It's just mad at the moment. We started with our normal midfield that won us the Premier League last season, which was Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, McAllister. So you're thinking, okay, there's a cohesiveness there. They understand each other. They've had a whole season, playing together. But for some reason, it just doesn't. I don't know. It's not working. The combination isn't working. Gravenberch's got the license when you think he should be sitting, like we had him last season. Szoboszlai is just running around doing other people's jobs, and it's just kind of all over the place. McAllister, you're like, what you actually offering to the team? I've heard people use words like he's the brain of our midfield, and I'm like, no, that brain ain't working right now because there's nothing he's doing that's adding to what we need to, what we need on the pitch. Um, and then you look at the back line. I know there was two, misplaced passes from Ibu. Apart from that, fine. Bradley just doing a job for two man. He's always getting overloaded. Picked up a yellow card, and then obviously, rightly so, gets subbed off because he made another foul just before the end of the half, and you just know like the ref. The next foul he gives, he's gonna go. But a few of them, Ganacho, man. One of them, he turned and then he just jumped in the air, and he was just like, "Come on, man, get up." But it is what it is. Kirkes on the other side, I didn't think he did anything wrong, to be fair, but then he didn't get to do anything right either. So he was just like, whatever type of game from him. And then Virgil, I don't know, man. Like Virgil's Virgil, but I don't know, man. I feel like there should be more from him in certain. Like, there's games when he's on the front foot, aggressive, leading, barking out orders, and then there's games when it's just lackadaisical, just like just calm. Yeah, whatever, whatever. As long as I do my thing, then whatever in it. And I feel like that's what I saw yesterday from him, especially. Second half, yeah. Well, I shouldn't even say second half. After the 14th minute in the game, Liverpool decided they'd stop wanting to play football, stop moving the ball real quick, stop rotating in terms of who was going, who was pressing. And we just allowed them to get on the ball, turn, pick their head up, and pick passes. Caicedo had too much time. Enzo had too much time on the ball. I just felt like all of their players just had time and time and time. Where our players, every minute they get on the ball, they're rushing their passes, which I didn't understand. But I don't understand anything this gaffer is doing currently at the moment. But fingers crossed, now we got international break, and we can hopefully fix these issues that we have in the team, whether that's a system thing, whether we change the formation, whether it's the personnel. I'd love to know, man. But yeah, it's just one of those things, man. Big up to Ravi as well. See you in the building, bro. Um, please no more Sabo in the right back versus position. Gravenberch should not be at centre back. Why don't we play Gomez? It's crazy. Yeah, two parts there, man. We mentioned that yesterday, not only on the watch along, but when we did the call in. How many, like, we put both of our best informed midfielders. One was playing centre back and the other one was playing right back by the end of the game, which made no sense at all. Made no sense. Your best two double pivot, in my opinion, the best two that complement each other, finished at centre back and right back. And bear in mind, people, we have a centre back on the bench and we also have a right back on the bench. I don't know. Just let that sink in for a second. The gaffer decided to take his two best midfielders out the midfield whilst having a centre back on the bench and a right back on the bench. I, I, I don't get the decisions he's making at the moment. It's kind of crazy, man. Big up honesty, my bro. Question, my G, do you think Salah can't handle it? He might not need him for goals, and he's overdoing it. Also, him not doing the dirty work will give us a lot of trouble. I don't think he can't handle it, but it's just a fact of his style of play now is, yeah, I'll stay out the game and I'll create moments. And I know we heard what he said last season. Him and the gaffer, had an agreement where he'll score the goals, but obviously he'll do less of the tracking back. Not my words, his words. So I hope we haven't gone into this season and decided to do the exact same thing and run the same system, because we went out there and bought two of the best. Well, let's say one of the best strikers in the world, one of the upcoming strikers in the world, one of the best tens, if not the best 10 in the world. So you'd hope that we would have shifted away from that, because now we've added goals, creativity. So then the reliance on Mo isn't really there. So that means I need you to now start doing the other side of the game, which is the work rate side. And then if you can create, then you can create. I think the other side of the argument many people have is, well, Mo is not a young whippersnapper no more. He's not. Okay, not a problem. If he's not young and he can't do the 90 minutes, he can't do the pressing, then I'd rather you come on in games then, because we can't start the game with a man down, in terms of you're not going to track back and you're not going to work hard with the team. So why don't we utilize your skill sets in a different way then, and then we bring you on in the game. So if it's not working or there's certain things that's going on in the game, then at least we know there's a killer in Mo Salah on the bench that we can bring off the bench and could potentially give us a goal, then whether it's 20 minutes, half an hour, you can give us that. Do you know what I mean? Hard work, grafting, getting around the pitch, trying to create, getting your goal, whatever it is. But at least then that's not 90 minutes of you required to play well. And we know the way that Liverpool start games at the moment, the way we're finishing games, we finish games really, really poorly. We start games really well, but then we finish it really poorly. So you're better off of having a player like that that you can bring on and see what happens. Then at least then you can keep the intensity up. It's 10v10 outfield players instead of 9v10, and then you can go from there. Newton ends. Do you think sacking Slot in this international break are really the correct call right now? No, I don't think sacking him. I just think he needs to change it. But I think he'll play. Obviously, he'll get the whole season. I don't think he'll be sacked at all. He'll get the whole season unless things get bad. And I mean, like if we don't win, I don't know, next 5 games and Liverpool maybe get one win, maybe two, but then they're all like losses or close or draws, but we could have lost. And then maybe I can deal with the notion of, or maybe hear some people saying, no, 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 we need to sack him in terms of like properly. But I don't think they'll sack him. He'll get the whole season, and I'm sure he'll fix it. But let's see, man. It's going to be interesting to see what he does going forward with his team, because he's got too much good players in his team right now not to be playing good football, and it's irritating, guys, because you look at our squad and you go, there's some top level. Some people say world class in there. Some people just say, okay, nah, they're just top players, whatever. But you look at our squad and you're like, raw, like these boys should be playing way better than what they are. But we've seen moments, we've seen games like the Atletico Madrid when we went 2-0 up in like the first 6 minutes. You've seen good first, like Everton game, the way we were bopping them off the park, the type of goals we scored in that game. So we've seen games where you're like, no, these boys got it. They have it. It's just, I don't understand why we're not doing it on a consistent basis, and why we're not doing it for longer periods in the game. Instead of, and shout out to Sav, he said, as soon as we concede a goal, for some reason, we go, no, 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 change it. And how we know that? Because the gaffer himself said he changes the formation within games. He keeps changing it. So imagine as a football player how confusing that can be. If you go into the game, right, today I'm gonna cook, I'm in the 10, da 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 da. But then they said, nope, you're gonna go in the 8, then nope, you're gonna go right back, then nope, you might have to go back in the 8 again, then you might have to go in the 10, then you might have to. It's so confusing for a player, man. Then none of them are going to be able to settle if we don't have a settled team, a settled 11 where you go, right, that's my left back, that's my right back, that's my 2 centre backs, that's my goalkeeper, and this is my 2 holding midfielders, those are my wingers, that's my 10, and that's my striker. And then we go, you need to run a 10 games, 10-game run, you guys, and then let's see what happens after that. Let's see what happens after that. But at the moment, it's like every game we go into, like for an example, Soberslai's played more games at right back than the right backs. Context, adding that to it. But obviously, both of them picked up a knock. So you're like, okay, that's fair. But when they were back fit, he still didn't play him. So that to me doesn't make any sense. So it is just one of those things, man. But I'm hoping the gaffer can really, really fix what's going on at the moment. But we can't keep losing games of football, man. That's 3 on the bounce now. 2 Premier League losses and 1 in the Champions League one. I can kind of take. I'm just like, it is what it is. Like, just qualify. Do you know what I mean? Just qualify, and then you know what, we'll fix what we need to fix as we're going. But the Premier League one, man, you already know you can't fall behind, and we've literally given up a 5-point lead. We've given up a 5-point lead already. This ain't even at the back end of the season. This is an early start. And if we would have kept that 5 and potentially change it into 6 and maybe 8, you could have nullified Arsenal and whoever else, the cities out there and whatever. But because we've now given it up, they're in the ascendancy now because they're not conceding any goals, really. I think the only goals they've conceded is us and City, if I'm correct. That's the only 2 goals they've conceded this season. So they defend well, and they have the ability to score goals. At the moment, we don't defend well. We do score goals, but we don't defend well. So we always get undone because all the good work we put in and scoring the goals, we end up letting in sloppy goals then. So we're not out here winning games 2-0 and you know what I mean 1-0. I don't even know if we're capable of doing that. Even though we have done that twice this season in terms of beating Arsenal 1-0 and beating Burnley 1-0. But we just keep like just chucking away leads, man. It's crazy. Um, let's see what you guys are saying. Tony says, and to be honest, do you enjoy slot system? Slot style of football. And talking right back in January till now. And be honest, do you enjoy slot style of football? No, I don't. I've been honest about that. It's not good. And talking right back in January, still nah, I don't, boy, I don't know, bro. We've got two right backs, my guy, and I don't understand why the gaffer is not playing them. He decided Sobo is the guy he wants to play there. Okay, Mars saying I rather Arsenal lead. They can't handle the pressure or being the leader. You say that, man, but not every season the same, bro. Not every season is the same. Yeah, they're in front. Yeah, they're in front. The pressure will be on them to keep it there, but the pressure also is on us to stick with them because we've seen, us throwing away a 5 point lead. If they get 5 points, I don't think they throw it away. I'm being honest with you. I don't see it. I don't see it, especially when they're capable of beating everyone in the Prem. Like normally the other little team, like I look around and go, nah, this team could take points. I don't see that now. So I didn't expect us to be near to perfect, but I felt like we had to if we wanted to retain our title. And after beating them as well, I was like, yep, that's a good one. But we just threw it all away with the 2 defeats against Palace and Chelsea. And I think I saw a stat that the last 4 visits to London, we've lost all 4 of them. So yeah, man, we need to fix that up ASAP, man. Need to fix that up ASAP. But yeah, we just need to fix that up. But obviously, Isak got an assist, didn't get a goal, but he got an assist yesterday. Whether or not he meant the that control or was it a miscontrol, I think he meant it. But you know what I mean? I don't know what you guys think. Did you think he meant it? And then Gakpo, was there on hand to get a tap in. But I think he played decent yesterday, Isak. But again, man, we're not creating no chances for him. He's left a team where the system was built around, creating as many chances for him as possible, and now come to a team where he's limited to like maybe two chances a game, but they're not clear cut chances. They're like a half chance here, and then maybe one where you think you probably should score, but it's not really. Yeah, it's not really. Yeah, it's just not it, is it? Really, it's not it. It's not it. Especially when you're watching the other teams around the Prem, and I'm sure many of you guys watch a lot of the Premier League football and seeing the other players getting opportunities after opportunities, as strikers. But our strikers, for some reason, have to either make their own opportunity or you have to just hope you get the one and you have to then put it away. And if you don't put it away, then you're going to get criticized for it as well. So it's very interesting. Very, very interesting, man. But looking at some of the quotes yesterday and comments from Arne Slot and the players in terms of how they viewed it, I think Virgil was a bit had his back up yesterday with this kind of comment here, man. In terms of I've told you repeatedly that this season will be tough, not only because of what happened on the pitch, but also because of what has happened off of it. And I hear it, man. I hear it. Look, we lost Jota, and I feel like some of the players are going to obviously have to hold that and hold the burden of that. But at the same time, I feel like it's going to be very disrespectful if we just use that as the reasons why the guys can't play a simple 5-yard pass or play with a bit of intensity or, just have a system that works, like has nothing to do with that player. The system doesn't work. There's no patterns of play. I could understand if the whole team looked disinterested. I don't think they all look disinterested. I think there's just a selected few that looks disinterested at the moment. But then again, you have a squad, and you have a squad with a player like a Chiesa where you can bring in and looks like he's ready to fight for the badge. You got a player like Curtis Jones that's willing to come and fight for the badge. So why don't we utilize these players and utilize their strengths and take out the players that's not doing it? I don't Cody, they threw Cody out to do the media work yesterday as well. He says we have to take this with the chest, with our chest, and keep on fighting because we know the quality we have with the players who were here last year and the new players we brought in. We have to just keep pushing. Yeah, it's all well and good and saying these stuff, right? It's all well and good of saying the buzzwords, saying the things that's going to keep us kind of happy, keep us kind of at least the players care. But there's only sometimes you have to now show us actions speak louder than words, and at the moment it's just pure words and there's no action. Do you know what I mean? There's no real action at the moment because the players have allowed their standards to slip, and I think us as fans as well have allowed our standards to slip in terms of the expectation of this team. Yes, there's like context to everything. So context is look, it's a new team. Um, it's got new players in. It's a new team to an extent with new players, lots of new players in there, but it still has the foundation. It still has Allison there. It still has a Robbo there. It still has a Virgil there. It still has a Salah there. It still has those foundations where you go, okay, cool. Jones is still there. Players have been there for quite a while now. This is McAllister's third season now. I think it is Soberslai's third season. So a lot of these players have been here. You're only talking about really Frimpong and Kirkes and Verts, Isak and Ekitike. I'd give more leeway to more Verts and Ekitike because they've come from a different league. Isak has been here. Obviously, he has to get used to his teammates, so that's kind of different. He has to get used to them, see different runs, and they have to get used to him as well. Kirkes has been in the Premier League, so he understands what the expectation is for the league. But for some reason, I just don't get it at the moment. We've allowed the standards to slip, and it's giving these players excuses. Like the gaffer is saying, I'm looking at professional athletes, and the gaffer is basically saying Kirkes can't play 2 games of 90 minutes. That don't even make sense to me, guys. How can you not play 2 games of 90 minutes as a professional football player? Like players were playing, like Virgil plays every damn minute of every damn game. Before his ACL injury, Virgil was on the course of playing 100 games in a row. But all of a sudden, in the new season, players can't play 290 minutes. It honestly doesn't make sense, man. It feels like there's just too much excuses going on for at the moment. We're just letting it slip. Gaffer says, in my opinion, we are very close to a result. Not by the way we're playing, Gaffer. I'm not gonna lie to you. Not by the way we're playing. I don't see how we're gonna get a result. Look, we got Man United after the international break. And we know form goes out the window against United. The only difference is now, you see how we struggled against a team with like Rasmus Højlund in it and some random other players in there that you're like, United dead team. Bro, they've got Embuemo, they've got Benjamin Sesko that can harm us. They got Cunha that can harm us. They've got players in that team that can harm us. And it doesn't mean that we don't have players that can harm them, but our players are not playing like they've got that in them at the moment. Maybe because it's United, maybe they'll be up for it. Maybe they'll be up for it, and they want to prove a point. But at the moment, as I said, man, they keep saying words, but there's no action to go with the words. So, as I said, for me personally, guys, I've said this, and I truly believe we need to change the system that we use because the gaffer is saying that since January, the teams have figured out how we've been playing. They figured out how we've been playing, and it's a lot more difficult. No problem. That's the job of the other managers. They have to find a way to nullify Liverpool and try and get a result against Liverpool. Our job, and you as the gaffer, is to find a formation and a system that's going to then go another level up from that. So then it's even more difficult for those teams. But for some reason, he just accepted it. And he could say, no, I've been trying to, we're working in the background, we're doing this, we're doing that. But I'm still, so since January, we can't figure out a way. So teams took 6 months to figure out. Teams took 6 months to figure out how good Liverpool is and how we should play against them. Yeah, first half of the season, 6 months, right? And where are we in now? The 10th month of the year. So we've had 10 months and we can't figure out how to change something. So they took 6 months to figure us out, and we've had 10 months to rectify that, and we haven't. Let that sink in, guys, because that's mad. We're coming up to a year and we can't figure out, we haven't changed something or changed anything to allow us to go, boom, yeah, nah, this is Liverpool's way now. Right. Context, the gaffer said, "Look, I'm gonna get in some players because we realized last season that the low blocks was, a kryptonite. We have to find a new way. Getting in players like a Florian Wirtz, a Frimpong, Ekitike, and Isak, those players will allow us to open up those low blocks." Not my words, the gaffer, right? Cool, fantastic, makes sense. I see your idea, I see the plan, I can understand the reasons why we sign these players now, right? Cool, no problem. But then we go into the season and we're not playing for any of them. So we keep a system that tries to get the best out of one individual, which is Mo Salah. But the players that you brought in to allow you to break down these low blocks, you don't create a system to get the best out of them to allow them to help us beat low blocks. Honestly, guys, I don't get it. I'm lost. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't get it. Honestly don't get it, guys. So you brought in players that is going to help us beat low blocks, but you keep the system that doesn't beat low blocks. But then I don't know. Maybe one of you guys can tell me, man. Welcome back, Lucidi. I see you've resubscribed to the channel. Love, man. Um, I was genuinely happy to keep Doak because he can beat a man. Yeah, but he's at Bournemouth now, man, enjoying life. He's at Bournemouth now, enjoying his time there. James, do you think we misprofiled? Nope, nah, not. You know the good thing, James? We listened to what the gaffer says. The gaffer said he wanted these type of players. He needed players that are quick, can change direction really quickly, explosive players. And if you look at all the signings, Frimpong, Kerkez, Wirtz, Ekitike, Isak, they're all the right profile of the players that he asked for. And then some people say, well, Frimpong isn't his style of player. No, but Frimpong told us that they were on the phone quite a lot speaking about before he moved to Liverpool and how much he wanted him and where he was going to play him. Similar to Wirtz, we heard about the PowerPoint presentation. This is why Wirtz chose us over Bayern Munich. So we know we wanted him. Isak, we know how long the club, decided that, we wanted to fight to get Isak at our club. We wanted to wait. We jumped in for a Ekitike because he was initially one of our targets, but we wanted to get Isak, but then realized we need to get a striker anyway because we've lost two of our strikers. So we needed to get two in anyway. So it was like, oh, no, we'll get Ekitike and then we'll still go and get, Isak. Then the left back situation, we knew we needed a left back because most of the fan base said Robbo's lost it. He's not good enough. So we need to upgrade there. And I didn't disagree in terms of we needed to upgrade there. I still think we definitely needed a profile. My profile of player based on how I witnessed and viewed the team last season was an Eight Nori would probably be more likely the player because I realized we weren't using the left back as a marauding left back. We was more using them as an inverted, like third centre back ish, tucked in and can advance into midfield, making underlap runs instead of overlap runs. I was like, Eight Nori would probably be the perfect profile of player there. But the gaffer went out and got Kerkez, and that's the guy he said he wanted to get, but he's now using them incorrectly. So I don't think we misprofiled the players. I just think he's personally using them incorrectly. That's what it is. I don't think it's a misprofile. I just think he's just using them differently. But shout out to Seven and Kevin and JJ. We was watching his first, his first was it the TNT interview with Rio Ferdinand. He was talking about how he wants to play and stuff like that. This was in last season at the start of the season when we was on a decent bit of form. And then we mentioned about Trent, and he said, and I found this interesting, right? He said about Trent when asked by Rio Ferdinand, why don't you get Trent to invert into the midfield? And he said, no, because I've got these two particular players in there. So why would I invert him when these guys are more than capable of playing in there? I agree. And the two he's talking about last season, you guys know, is Gravenberch and McAllister. Those were the two that we had in our double pivot last season, right? And I was like, okay, I agree. You're going to play Trent as more of a right back. So perfect, no problem. That means you trust the other two in the midfield. But now, this season, we fast forward to this season, the same two are in midfield, but he's inverting Bradley and inverting Frimpong. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? So last season, he didn't want to invert Trent because he said, "I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that because I've got two good midfielders and they're more than capable of doing that job in there. So we'll keep Trent as just doing a right back job as a right back. Cool, no problem. So why this season are we inverting Bradley and Frimpong then? And if you look at it, Trent would you'd more likely invert a Trent. Why? Because he's better on the ball in terms and his passing range is I say better on the ball. Trent is really good. He's a confident guy, competent guy, great range of passes, passing on him. I think Bradley is very good on the ball as well, but he doesn't have the range of passes as Trent. So you'd more likely invert Trent and go, yeah, cool. I would more likely use Bradley as a right back because that's his skill set. That's his main attributes. A right back, up and down, overlaps, crosses into the box. So why has he gone against everything that he did last season to change it now? It makes no sense to me, guys. I'm so confused. I'm so confused at the moment, guys, on what we're trying to do as a team. I saw this as well about McAllister saying he's missing Lucho and he's missing Nunes, so he doesn't have his boys with him as well. Interesting. That can't be the reason why your form's stinky, my guy. That can't be the reason. Can't be the reason. And you know it's mad because you look at McAllister and you go, nah, he's a fantastic footballer. Excuse me, but it feels like he's just like skating under the radar now. He's just like, yeah, he's what it is. There was a little bit of bite from him in the Chelsea game. I see a few little tackles he got. You know, what I mean, he was getting involved in a few bits and pieces, but other than that, man, he's not controlled. That first McAllister that we had in the six, and you weren't. It wasn't that he wasn't good. He was just getting caught on the ball. He was just a bit slow, but he was very good at drawing players to him and then releasing the right pass. At the moment, he's not even doing that. So at the moment, I don't know, man. The players have to take half blame. The manager has to take, or maybe I throw more on the manager as well, not you. Maybe I go 60-40. Manager not giving the player, or maybe even 70-30, man, not utilizing the players in the right way. Yeah, I just don't get it, man. I just don't get it. I just don't get it, man. But I don't know, guys. How long do we give the gaffer, man? I think this is a question I would love to know what you guys think. How long do we give him? Realistically, go. I know at the moment we're on three losses team, and I know, we're like, get him out of here now and stuff like that. But realistically, how long would you guys give him? How long do you guys kind of give him to go? Right, you need to fix this and that before this period of time because if not, yeah, we're too much of a big club. We're too much of a big club to just sit around. We're too much of a big club to just sit around and allow this to continue. As I said, I'll give him a whole season, but it needs to be fixed. What's going on at the moment in the team needs to be fixed because it's yeah, it's mad. It's mad. Let's see what you guys are saying. Yeah, we've definitely abandoned everything that we've did. Definitely abandoned it. Starts better not go on holiday. Get it together. I wish. Do you know what I wish we could do? Like tell all the players. Like all the players go. No, we're not going on international duties. I reckon all of them should have took a stance and said we're not. But I get it. It's a World Cup. Yeah, they want to go probably. But I feel like we're not performing well enough for all of them to just go. Yeah, yeah. I just want to go and yeah, let's just leave. I feel like they should have all just stuck in and gone. Do you know what? We're staying. We're gonna work on some stuff. We're gonna work on some stuff. Declan says, "Yo, mate, What the F are you talking about? How long we should give the gaffer? This is the issue we have, my guy. How long do you want this to continue? That's what I'm asking. How long do you think we should let this continue? The whole season? 2 seasons? 3? What? Because the gaffer, in his own words, saying we haven't been good since January. Not me, him. He says teams have figured us out, and we since they figured us out, we've had 10 months to rectify that and get better, and we haven't. We've relied on individual brilliance throughout this season so far. So you tell me. Don't throw a question with a question. You tell me how long you want to give him. Do you want him here for the whole season? Do you want him here longer? Let me know. If I don't see him learn learn, then respectfully he has to go. I hear it, man. I hear it. I want him gone now. Genuinely, it's not. Get him out now. uh, let's see the whole season because he's got credit in the bag. Yeah, fair. I think that's a fair comment. I think that's fair. That's what I said. I think the whole season until unless there's something crazy. Well, I mean something crazy where, as I said, he's not winning games. Then come on, we're not Manchester United, guys. We ain't gonna allow ourselves to drop below our standards. We've set Klopp has put us in high standings. Won us our first Premier League, Champions League is in the bag, and put us as a team that's consistently challenging for the title. I'm not saying he can't have an off season. That's why we say give him the whole season because he's got that little credit there. But if I can't see a system, a style, and I go, do you know what? Yeah, when it clicks, and I know we was initially saying when it clicks right with the players, but now I'm looking at it, bro. There's no style to go when it clicks. If there was a style of play and you go, right, wait. When this clicks, I can see the patterns. It's just, the players are trying to understand each other. But at the moment, they're trying to understand each other with no clear instructions and no clear pattern of play and every minute changing the system in game. So everything's just all confusing. We need to just go back to basics, man. In my opinion, but interesting to see what you guys are saying as of tonight. Next game. Big up to Dean, man. I hope you're blessed, my bro. I hope you're blessed. What comment, my guy? What comment? Which one? Can you teach Salah how to shoot with his weak foot? Because worst pass, super chat isn't working. Oh, okay, no problem, my guy. Big up for that. I appreciate it. I don't know, but I thought he should have checked back inside. If he checked back, because Cucurella threw himself to the ground, so he could have probably checked inside and then just racked it with his left foot. But yeah, man, that's not even the part. The part when he didn't square it to Cody is the one that was irritating because I knew that you could have done that and would have been 2-1 up. He's your manager. Nah, he's my gaffer, man. I told you he's my gaffer. You know what I mean? He gets the whole season. He gets the whole season. But yeah, it is what it is. Whether or not he lasts the whole season, because you see the problem with our fan base. Yeah, there's going to be a moment where he's going to do something outrageous. Yeah, and they're going to be like, nah. You know what? If we don't beat United, that's the one. United is the one where if we don't beat them, then yeah. All right, guys. Talking about some January signings, right? We know that we're a defender light, we're a centre back light because we lost Leone to ACL, so he's going to be out for a while. So hopefully the kid comes back, and because he's young, I'm sure he's going to recover really good. He's had his surgery now, so that's brilliant. That's superb. But guys, what do we need in January? I know we just sounds crazy. I know we just signed or spent around $500 million trying to rejuvenate this team. But even by doing that, there's still like not holes in the team. Maybe it is holes. Maybe it is because I feel like some sections don't trust some of the players in our team. What do we need in this? So I've come up with two. And the two that I've come up with, which is one we already know we were interested in, we're so close to signing him, but we didn't get it across the line. We should have definitely got this one done and dusted, but it is what it is. But what signings do we need in January, man? Because Yeah, it's kind of crazy. We don't just trust Wataru. He doesn't really play unless it's like the League Cup. He doesn't trust the right backs because he plays Sobo more than he plays them. Um, the midfield pairings, he doesn't. I don't know if he knows who his best is at the moment. So is there another midfielder he can probably go and get? Can't be a striker because we got two top boys up there, so it can't be them. The wing area, we don't have. He doesn't trust Chiesa, so Salah plays 90 minutes, and Rio is the young whippersnapper, but Gakpo is the one that's going to play. Seeing everyone DM, where you guys going with DM? Uh, Salah was extremely greedy. We need a centre back and a forward. He's a must. We need a winger, someone fast in 1v1 ability. You've gone with two centre backs and a DM. Two centre backs, mad. DM centre back replacement for Salah. So those three signings. Salah is selfish. Fairs. Excuse me. Dean. Get rid of Mac 10 and get Baleba. I know Baleba is your guy still. You want him. So I think obviously we should go back in and get great. Whether or not we can, I don't know if they're going to be like, no, just wait till the end of the season. And you already know the guy that I tried to convince you guys about this brother here. I tried. If you guys been here rocking with this channel for a minute, Semenyo is the guy that I've asked for, but got shot down a few times because people was like, he ain't that good. He ain't all that. And I'm telling you, I'm like, there's just something about him as a player that I like. There's something about him as a player that I look at and I go, nah. This brother, exactly what we're asking for. In 1v1s, he's a powerful runner, he's a good ball carrier, shoot left foot, right foot, and just a powerhouse. Problems. 6 goals, 3 assists so far this season. Yes, I know he signed a new deal, but I wanted him before he signed a new deal, and I wanted him from last season because I felt like he was a perfect replacement. He could play on either side as well, so you get the option of right and left. And he's that type of player. He's not a player that goes and hides. He's not a player that I look at and go, do you know what? When the games get tough, what he's gonna do? Nah, he's not that type of player. And then the crazy part is when we played against them and he scored the 2 goals, and I'm just like, yeah, this is why I wanted this brother in my team. Especially the fact that we didn't replace Lucho. And now I think many people are now seeing the benefit of having Lucho in the team. And now why I wanted and why the guys wanted on the channel wanted to keep him, because he offers something different. And when one is not playing well, the other one does. And that's the best season from both of them because they were competing against each other for the one position. Gakpo now knows. Gakpo now knows he's just on his own. Rio ain't that guy. Rio ain't that guy to get his position yet. I see what you're saying, Badger. You don't think he's good? I can't help you then, my guy. With all due respect, I can't. If you look at Semenyo and you don't think he's a good player, I can't help you. I can't. He's 100% better than the wingers we have currently on form, and he could add something to our team. He could add something to our team. What we need is speed. Someone that can run it behind. Got that. Strength in the duel. Got that. Can go off the left and right. Got that. Finish left foot, right foot. Got that. Tricky in the 1v1s. Got that. If you don't think, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I hear it on form. But at the same time, as a winger, he's the best. He's better than the guys we have currently. As a goal scorer, Salah is obviously a better goal scorer because he showed it over the years he's been here. But as an out and out winger, he's better than Gakpo. Obviously, Rio's still young and he's RG and that he'll be fine. but he's better than all the wingers we have currently in our team, and he could have added to our team. But this is the thing, man. We need these type of players in there in our team, man, if we want to evolve and improve. And listen, it's not the end of the world. Like Liverpool's still second in the Premier League table, but yeah, we need to fix up, man. We need to fix up, and we need to get players in that actually want to play for the badge instead of these guys that want to wander around the pitch. Yeah. I haven't got the updated Premier League table, but I'll have a look. I'm sure we're still second because I know Crystal Palace finally lost the game as well. So no team is unbeaten now in the Premier League. Palace has now finally lost a game. I think they went 20 games unbeaten, which is crazy. Would you take Yildiz? Yeah, I wouldn't mind him. I haven't watched him this season though, so but yeah, I would. But in terms of guys, right? In terms of the way we're playing at the moment, in terms of the system that we're using, what do you guys think we need to do to get the best out of the players we currently have? I'm sure you guys have listened to, me and the guys speaking, on the channel in terms of what we'll do. You guys know I wanna you guys know I wanna play the back three and play the wing backs. You guys already know that. But what system would you guys want to play? You know, to kind of get the best out of this team, formation wise. I'll ask you guys formation wise. So if you guys can put a couple of formations in there, and I'll see what you guys are saying to try and get the best out of these boys because we're now. I think they're away for what 2 weeks, 2 weeks international break. So it'd be interesting to see what they bring, what we bring up to try and use because what we're doing at the moment is clearly not working. Back three with two wing backs. That's what I'm on as well, Connor, bro. That's what I'm on. I'm on that. I'm on that, man. Hey, speak up to you, bro. 4-4-2. I'm up for trying anything at this moment in time. My preferred one is the wing back. So but I can hear the 4-4-2 convo. 3-4-3. Similar. So yep, same thing, really, isn't it? 4-4-2 as well. Yep. 4-4-2, play Salah second striker, Sobo right midfield. I'll put Sobo in the middle. You already know me and Sobo is a middle. I want to put him in. And if you go with a 4-4-2, Salah has to go on the bench. Ekatike would have to play. You has to play Ekatike and Isak. If you go 4-4-2. If you play the 3-4-3, then I could keep Salah in that. I could play him in that. 4-4-2 as well. The diamond, okay, cool. Flexibility in our midfield shape and possession is a don't. Yeah, I hear it. All right, let me hear this one. 4-2-2-2. I think we tried that on the Klopp and I didn't like it. I'm sure we tried it on the Klopp. I didn't like it too much, but I'd love to know if you can, in that shape. Could you put the players down you'd put in that system, please, if you can? James, what are we going with? 4-3-3. And you say go back to the 2-8s and the lone 6. Is that what we're going with, James? 4-3-3, Graf, lone DM. I hear it, man. We need to keep. He needs the shackles back on him because this advanced Gravers, he's cooking, but yeah, the team looks a bit shaky when he's not in the 6. Okay, 4-3-3, 3-4-3 or 4-4-2 diamond from Honesty. All right, my guy. All right. Should we sell up? They might do next season because he's got a year. He's got 2-year contract. Next season will be on his last year. Yeah, I think they'll cash in on him. if because I don't know in it like you already know Hughes and Edwards, these man. I know, man. They might be like, yo, the metrics are not metricing right now, my guy. We can get a young 50 million for you. We'll take that. The Cop Zone, big up, man. 4-2-2-2 was against Palace, and we fucking shit. Right, fair enough. Anfield Road, then what we got with? We did that versus City, and it worked. What, last season? Because last season, I remember the formation was a 4-4-2, wasn't it? Last season. against City. Yeah. Let's see. Let me know, man. Maybe it was Basil 4-2-3-1. So you'd keep it, but it ain't what like even though that's the formation we set up in, that's it doesn't feel like that's the way we play. I honestly don't think like even though we set up in that, it just goes into a 4-4-2-4. It goes into a 4-3-3. It just goes into random shapes. Just not the one that we start the game with. That they show us on the tactical page and the team sheet and whatever. But yeah, it's crazy, guys. But listen, I think I'll leave it there, guys. Let me double check where we are in the table. I think we are second, though. I don't think I have to check. We are second. I'm sure we are still second. But listen, we got 2 weeks off now. We got 2 weeks off for us to chill, recharge mentally as Liverpool fans. And fingers crossed the gaffer is in the chamber right now, trying to think of a different way, a tactic that we can use to get the best out of the players. And if there's one takeaway I can, if I can tell the gaffer, if there's one takeaway I can give him is, or maybe I can put it into two, is don't shoehorn players into different positions, and you don't have to have all your midfielders on the pitch at the same time. And what I mean by that is you don't have to try and put McAllister in. It doesn't mean Sobol has to then play because he has to go right back. If you definitely need, if you're playing the 4-2-3-1 and that's your formation, get your double pivot and that's your double pivot and they stand next to each other. Look across. I should be able to look over my shoulder and look over my right shoulder, my left shoulder, and I can see my partner in crime, and let the 10 just stay forward and do his thing, bro. That's what I would say. Yeah, but it's one of those one. We've got 2 weeks off, guys. We've got 2 weeks off. 2 weeks off to recharge. We can watch some international football if you guys watch it. I'll try and tune into a couple of games, see what the guys are saying anyway. See if they go away and they're balling out. See if they go away and then they're balling out. And then they come back and then they're not balling out. She's crazy. But listen, guys, appreciate you guys locking in and tuning in, man. I should be back tomorrow. I think me and Dean has a stream tomorrow morning, if I remember correctly. I can't remember the time, Dean, so don't get onto me. If you're still in the chat, let me know, my bro, if that stream is still on. So on FamZone, me and Dean do a show on Monday mornings. And then I should have one for you guys as well around 12 noon, if not 6 o'clock UK time, 6 p.m. UK time. So either 12 noon UK or 6 p.m. UK as well. But yeah, that's it, guys. Nothing else on the topics for me. Appreciate you guys. Drop a like on it, share it. Let me know in the comments section as well after the video's done if there's something I didn't cover and you wanted to kind of chop it up, or I missed a comment that you thought that was pertinent to the conversation. Let me know in there and I'll reply to you. You guys already know I've been replying to pretty much most, if not all, of the comments in there. And just keep it respectful, guys, as always, man. That's the best way. I'll respond to everything. Just keep it respectful. Don't need to do the name calling stuff and all of that stuff. If you agree or disagree with the takes, that's fine. Just articulate it in the best way and I'll respond to it. All right, Dean, big up, man. 11 o'clock. So yeah, me and Dean tomorrow will be on at 11 on FamZone, 11 a.m. UK time. And then I should have a stream after that as well, man. But I appreciate you guys, locking in, man. Well over 100 of you guys in the building throughout the stream, so that's beautiful. Should hopefully have 100 likes. But I'm gonna go and chill now and enjoy the rest of my Sunday. I was playing pro clubs with the guys, man, but yeah, we got relegated and wasn't good. And if you guys want to catch us doing the pro club stuff, it's gonna be on Twitch for the time being until we can figure out how to get it across on here. So I'll stream it on Twitch and you guys can see what we've been doing. But other than that, I don't think there's nothing else. Peace out, people. Go and enjoy the rest of your Sunday, man. And I should see you guys, God willing, tomorrow morning. Peace out.